Hey everyone that watches this now, live, and in the future. I'm Al Torcaso, and my cell phone number in order to text me is actually 412-559-2731. Now, a lot of you have watched my videos and even my TV series over the years. And you know that I tell it like it is. And you also know that I have certain passions. Well, I'm here to tell you some real truth and real facts about me and about you. Yeah, I said you. I may not know you, but there's a couple of things I know about you. And more importantly, there are things I need you to do, not for me, but for you. Now, you might have noticed that I look a wee bit different, and I'm not holding the phone. Now, I am going to actually have the camera further away on future videos and future lives. The only reason why I don't right now is I don't have my new remote set up yet with the camera. I haven't figured out the technical stuff. I haven't bothered to actually, I probably could do the technical stuff, like no problem, but didn't do it yet. So what's tonight about? Well, tonight's about a lot of stuff, but mainly truth. Now, what I'd like for you to do is I would like you to subscribe to my channel. I would like you to give me likes. Not because I'm arrogant or I'm special or any of that, because all the glory goes to God. For the atheists, I love you too, but I believe in a God, okay? Now, that being said, as a man who believes in God, I love people. I love animals. I love nature. I'm about love. That's what I'm really, truly about. And I have a passion that's gotten me in trouble, frankly, more than once. I guess I was like having some good trouble up in here, or up in there in this case. But here's the thing, guys. I'm going to tell you some things tonight. For those of you who decide to come in, for those of you who are here, God bless you and thank you. Now, I do have a wee bit of an issue sometimes reading your chat. Okay, so if I don't answer you, it's not that I don't want to answer you, it's that I cannot physically see it. I may actually do something rather embarrassing, but I want to interact with you because you are the reason why I do what I do. So I might go like this. Okay, Eddie. Pretending there's an Eddie there. Yeah, I'll do what I have to do. One thing you need to know about me, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm all about us. Not about me, I'm about us. Y'all may not understand that. I'm not saying it in a condescending way. Like my great friend and mentor, Ivan Harris Sr., says, you don't meet El Torcaso. You experience El Torcaso. I don't know if I agree with all that, but hey, I told him, hey, that was the Jimi Hendrix experience. I'm just a regular guy. He said, oh, you're not regular. Long story. Anyway, that's not why we're here tonight. Now, here's why we're here. In July, I had some extraordinary pain in my left foot and in my left leg. When I say extraordinary, usually in the hospital, they go from a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. I wasn't even a 10. I was more like a 20. That's not an exaggeration. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. The second night when I had to call the ambulance, yes, I had to call 911 to get the ambulance 2 nights in a row. That's how bad it was. I was literally stuck in my bed, bedridden. So eventually I got to the hospital, but in the process, I had to go down my second floor steps because they couldn't take me on a stretcher because of the way our house is. It was the worst pain I've had in my entire life. So we get to my wooden steps. My porch is not wooden steps. Our porch. And I get to the last step, and my left leg was in the process. It would like lock up, it was like a vault or something. Like, no, not a vault, but if you know about drills and all that, you're a handyman. There's something, I forget what it's called, but you can tighten things up. It literally felt like my leg had got locked in place. But then what it would also do is it would then be like a spring, and it would be like a spring being released at extreme force. And it would just be extremely locked and extremely painful. And then boom, just like that. I mean, it would just like burst. It literally would almost like feel like it's like bursting off the spring. So why am I telling you all this? Because it's relevant. It's extraordinarily relevant, possibly in the future, might even impact your life. You'll find out. Just stay tuned, as they used to say on TV, I guess. So, anyway, I finally get to the hospital. I'm in the hospital, bedridden for 7 days. 7 days. I barely could literally move an inch. I mean, it was not pretty. I could not even take care of myself the way that I wanted to. I won't even go there. But I mean, I was completely, basically a prisoner in a bed. And what was even worse was the pain with any kind of movement at all. Even if I tried to go from the left side to the right side, it was like, man, it felt like somebody was just ripping me apart. That's how bad it was. So on the 7th day and the 7th night, for those of you who believe in, believe in God, of Christian God or what have you, it seems like I'm trying to speak biblically. And yes, in a way, I guess I am, because this is what really happened. On the 7th night, I was tired of being in extraordinary pain. Nothing they gave me, and let me tell you, they gave me some hard, dangerous drugs. And I'm going to tell you some of what they did. They gave me oxycodone, which I was not happy about. They gave me oxycodone. They gave me steroids. They gave me what they call muscle relaxers. And they gave me a variety of, oral medicines. Well, for 7 straight days, they gave me just about everything. Like I said, oxycodone, blah, 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 all this other stuff. The pain would not subside at all. Not at all. So on the 7th day and the 7th night, one of my nurses came in. I said to her, do you have any topical cream that maybe we can put on and see if it helps? So she got something, I think it's called capsin or capsaicin or capsin. And she put it on my leg and on my foot. And it burns. It does burn. I will tell you that. It's a heat sensation, but it actually feels like it's burning you at times. But let me tell you what happened. At the time, I was probably at a level 16. And in terms of pain, I was way past 10. I was probably still in about level 16. What happened was she put on this capsaicin or capsin, and it took me down to an 8. Let me explain to you how that felt. It was an 8, which is normally 2 away from your worst pain. Normally. That 8 was a relief. It felt better. It actually felt better, even at an 8. That's how bad it had been for 7 days. So I used that. Then I said to my sisters and my girlfriend, Annette, my sister Rose, and my girlfriend Annette, I said, I want you to bring my Live Good stuff tomorrow. Just bring in my Live Good stuff. Now, I want to be very careful here, but I'm going to tell you the truth, regardless of the consequences. You need to know the truth. I'm a guy that tells the truth, period. And yes, I paid multiple prices for it. Oh, I've paid the price. Oh, trust me. Oh, yeah, we paid the price. At one time, I spoke out on my TV series, Humanity Matters Live, about the electric company. The next day, our electric was shut off. Or excuse me, I think it was the same day, but it was shut off. I guess they didn't like what I had said. I don't know. But at any rate, we got it back on within 24 hours. And I made a couple of calls. We won't go into that. Hey, we won't go into that. But I made some calls and they were forced to put it back on like that. I made me some calls. Oh, yeah. And all the glory goes to God. Look, all the glory goes to God. But I'm different than a lot of people. I will call anybody. I don't care if they're the CEO. I don't care if they're the president of the United States. Yes, I will make that call. That is not an exaggeration. I might give you the sidebar to prove that it's not. Any rate, now here's the thing. So I asked my sister and my girlfriend to bring me my Live Good items. What did I want? I'll show you what I wanted. The very first thing I had them bring was my Live Good Factor 4. Live Good Factor 4. Now, you might say, well, if your leg was hurting, why would you pick that oral supplement? It doesn't cure, it doesn't treat, it doesn't diagnose, and we don't prescribe, right? The reason why I wanted my Factor 4 is in the past when I would get in a lot of pain, instead of going to your over-the-counter so-called pain relief. I don't want to say the companies, one starts with an A. One starts with an I and the other one starts with a T. But at any rate, in the past, I would take 1 or 2 Factor 4s, and we don't treat, we don't prescribe, we don't cure, we don't diagnose. But I would take 1 or 2 of those Factor 4, and within anywhere from 30 minutes to maybe an hour or so, my pain was dramatically reduced or completely gone. So the next day, my sister brought my Factor 4. And I told the doctor, I have something that may help me. And he said, well, I'm going to need to see it. I said, that's fine. You can see it, but you cannot confiscate it. If you don't want me to use it, you can leave it where it is, because obviously I can't get over there being bedridden, but you cannot confiscate it. So I want to show you something. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to see this on camera, but these are the actual ingredients right here in Factor 4. Right there. I don't know if that's going to help, but that's it. Now, don't worry. There's a way you can actually see all the ingredients. You don't have to worry about all of that. But at any rate, he looked at the ingredients and he turned to me, because I'm in the bed now. After he read that, he turned to me and says, I don't have any problem with you taking that. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Now, you may not think that's significant. For those of you who don't know, conventional, westernized, conventionally trained doctors or Western medicine typically do not recommend supplements, nutritional products of any kind, or maybe, lotions or whatever. They're typically against it. For him to say, I don't have any problems with that, there's a lot of good stuff in there. That was amazing. So I said, well, can you give my bottle, please? So as soon as he left the room, I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as that man left the room, I was like, I made sure it was on my table. I was like, I was in pain and I still got my Factor 4. Now remember, we don't treat, cure, diagnose, or prescribe. But guess what? Torcaso was like, I want my Factor 4 and I want it now. Sorry, guys. There's a commercial that talks about if you had a structured settlement. I'm not going to do the commercial, but it cracks me up. There's a line, there's a lyrics in there saying, I need my money, or something like, I need my money. I forget how it goes. I want my money, I need it now, or something like that. And then they say their little tagline. Well, anyway, at any rate, I wanted and I got my Factor 4. Oh, yeah. I'm not trying to be ignorant towards you at all. But, you just don't know what that meant. Well, So that day, that was, I believe, the 8th day, I took my factor 4. Yeah, I guess it was the 8th day. Yeah, on the 8th day, my sister brought it, so I took my factor 4. So, took 2 of them, right? Well, I started feeling even better. Now, remember, I had the hospital supplied capsaicin or capsin. So, when I combined that and then took my 2 factor 4, actually took a total of 6 that day, like 2 in the afternoon. I think it was in the afternoon. It might have been the morning, because when you're in the hospital and you're bedridden and you're in pain like that, you tend to kind of forget certain things. I ended up taking 6 of them within like, I think, a 14-hour period. And between the ointment that I had gotten from the nurse and the factor 4, my pain level went down to about maybe between a 4 and a 6. A 4 and a 6. Well, I should note, there's another piece of information I forgot to tell you. On the 7th day, the physical therapy team came to my house. I must be drunk and I only drink alcohol. Came to my hospital bed, and they wanted me to do therapy. And one of the things they wanted me to do is sit up. Well, this was before I had that ointment, because I got it later in the evening. This was before I had anything really, except what they gave me that didn't work. I literally could not even sit up in bed. The pain from the leg and the foot, it was just off the charts. Now, so I had the stuff the night before. So on the 8th day, when the physical therapist came, I actually was able to sit up for a couple of seconds. So that was progress. But keep in mind that later in that day, my sister brought my factor 4. Well, I felt a whole lot better. So the next day, on the 8th day, I was actually, hold up a minute. Yeah, that's right. Couldn't do anything on the 7th day. So on the 8th day, I was actually able to sit up, and they were real impressed. They were real happy, the physical therapy team. Well, I kind of got my sister Rose and Annette a little bit mad, because I'm like, now I need my Live Good CBD pain relief cream. And my sister's like, we just came yesterday. I don't blame her, because they had to get, my sister had to get like, I think 2 or 3 buses. And in Pittsburgh, PA, where I live, and in Duquesne, PA, where she lives, the bus service ain't all that great here. I'm going to be honest. Well, at any rate, so I said, I need my Live Good CBD pain relief cream. Please bring it. She brings it. Luckily, she got it on the 8th day after the physical therapy team had left. Later in the day, I had them both come over, actually, because I always wanted to see it that. So she's like, all right. I had, on the 8th day, woo, I felt like Ric Flair. I was styling and profiling, because I had my factor 4. How you doing? You can tell I like that stuff. You might have figured that out. But then, I had the one and only Live Good CBD pain relief cream. So let me tell you what actually happened. As soon as she got it, literally, I'm like, excuse me, Rose, I need you and Annette to move for a minute. I gotta do some work. And I put that stuff all over my, I was like, man, I don't care what I had to go through. And I put that on. My Live Good pain relief, CBD pain relief cream. And I took 2 factor 4 again. And by the 8th day, I was feeling real good compared to the pain level. So I can't tell you and honestly recall how far it was down, but it probably was down to like a 2, maybe a 3. So on the 9th day, after I had been taking my Live Good CBD pain relief cream and my Factor 4, because I had stopped taking the hospital one because it burns. Like I said, that one burns. It don't feel too good. It does good. It does well for you, but it don't tickle. So I decided to take my Live Good CBD pain relief cream. We don't diagnose, treat, cure, or prescribe. Have to legally say that. Not saying it just to say it, saying it for protection. So at any rate, so the next day when the physical therapy team came, I was feeling very good. I was able to, check this out. I was able to sit up, get over to the edge of the bed. You ready for this? Stand up and even walk all the way down the one part of the hall. And they pulled a fast one on me, the physical therapy team. They didn't tell me this till I was there. They said, and now what we're going to need you to do is before you're able to get released or anything like that, we need you to walk some steps. I'm like, walk some steps? Man, come on. I just started. And I was not pleased, right? Because remember, for 7 days, I couldn't even get out, move really. They said, we need you to walk some steps. I said, I don't know if I can do it. But all right. Now this is where you need to really pay attention. Please. I walked up the entire flight of steps, and when I got to the top, I almost went to the second flight. They said, oh, we don't need you to do that. We're good. Now, to kind of emphasize what I'm talking about, I had gone from 7 days of not even literally actually, I didn't get to eat any food at all for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, really, on the 7th day because I was in too much pain. I couldn't sit up or anything. And so, for me to get from not being able to move to being able to climb stairs in 2 days, I hope you understand how huge that is. And I'm not here to sell you these products, but I will tell you this. I don't just have those products with me. I have this one. I have my energy drink. I have my second favorite product, which, by the way, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if this is going to work. You may be able to see this, I hope. But you may notice it's pretty much almost empty. I take it every day. Oh, yeah. Another one I take. It's kind of embarrassing. It's almost gone too. Because I drink it. How you doing? I take it every day. And then, of course, I take my magnesium, my men's vitamins, Live Goods, men's vitamins, and my vitamin D, and a few other things. Now, this one, got to show you this. Got to tell you a little something about this. This is called methylene blue. Live Good methylene blue, okay? Now, it's exactly what it says. And whenever you take this, your tongue may, and probably will, turn blue, especially depending on how you take it. And let me tell you something. I take this, and you know what this is? Now remember, we don't cure, treat, diagnose, or prescribe. This helps you with your brain function. Now there are other items that I take. So you're probably thinking this is an ad or an infomercial for Live Good. In a larger sense, you could say that. Yeah, it is. But not for the reasons you think. You see, you remember how I told you I have a passion, and I love people, and I love animals, and what have you? And you remember when I told you earlier that I tell the truth no matter the consequences? Well, here's the truth. Legally, we don't cure, treat, diagnose, or prescribe. But here's what I want you to know. The nutrition and the ingredients of what is in every Live Good product is above board. They don't just go the extra mile, they go the extra 10 or 15 miles. So here's what I want to tell you. If you have any kind of pain, maybe in your arms or anywhere in your body, maybe when you walk, your back hurts, or some part hurts, or your legs, or your feet, or your knees, or whatever, I highly recommend that you get a hold of the Factor 4 because it works to help reduce inflammation. And if your pain is at the point where you're like almost not able to walk, or you're just in pain, I highly recommend that Live Good CBD Pain Relief Cream. Now, I want to tell you something about Live Good that you need to know. You can buy all these products, and I don't earn money from it. Because Live Good is a membership affiliate and membership company. Now, what's all that mean? That means that if I earn money, it's not coming from you buying these products like other companies do. They don't. We base it on membership. You can buy $1 million if you had it, and I wouldn't get a dime if you are a member or an affiliate. So that's why I don't have a problem. But here's the real deal. If you don't try these products, if you know anybody that has any kind of pain, or let's just say medical challenges, you might want to try these products. In fact, you will want to try these products. Now, that being said, you're probably thinking, oh, he's just trying to get their money. No, I'm trying to help your life. We want to go deep. We can go deep. I'm talking about your life improving and possibly even being saved. Help to save me. Now, no, we don't treat, diagnose, prescribe, and all that. So if we don't, and there are no magic bullets, how does it work? Well, I'll tell you. I'm not a pharmacist or a doctor, but here's my own honest opinion. I believe that it works because of the nutrition that your body is now getting, that your brain is now getting. And as such, because you're getting things you never had or not enough of, your body is basically, through God's help. And if you're an atheist, hey, I love you too. Your body is getting what it did not have or did not have enough of. It's healing itself. They're not healing. No, these products ain't healing you per se, but the ingredients and the amount that's getting into your body, that's what's doing the magical things that's happening. Now, I'm going to share something with you that even my good friend Tay Sanders doesn't know. I've been diagnosed with follicular lymphoma. It rhymes with the word answer. Yeah. So I have answer. I know I don't want to say the word. I don't want to speak it into being. But officially, I won't even say I have it. I will say I was diagnosed with it. They claim I have it. I'm not going to go there. But I'm not saying they're not right. I'm just saying I don't want to claim it. So I will just say I've been diagnosed with follicular lymphoma, and it rhymes with answer. Okay. I also was born with serious heart issues. Let Tay Sanders and all of you know that. So if anybody can tell you if this nutrition really works, if these products really work, I could tell you. And do I live good, or am I just pulling a fast one on you. Well, let me see. I'm going to see if I can do this now. I know this is out of the ordinary. I told you I'm different. I guess that's why Ivan says you don't meet El Torcaso, you experience it. I'm not going to go there, but hey, forget about it. You probably won't be able to see this. I don't want to spill it, but you might be able to see it. Might. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the truth, what's in there. I have a mixture of the Live Good Super Reds, a mixture of the Live Good Super Greens, and a mixture of the E3. So I'm not just telling you stuff. I'm not one of these actors saying, hey, do this, or somebody endorsing, or an influencer, or any of all that jazz. Not done, none of that. I live good. And you know what? I feel good. Now, that being said, I know it's been like 31 minutes. Now I need to get to what I really want from you. Oh, I want something from you. Oh, I have an agenda too. The man got the nerve to tell me. Love y'all. I told you I'm a wee bit different. Just a wee bit. Yeah, I want something from you. And even though you may not be in school or the university, you might want to get your phone to jot this information down. I have homework for you. Who am I to give you homework? And you might be saying, you need to shut up. It's all good. Love you anyway. Here's my homework. I need you to subscribe to my channel if you be so kind. Okay, you heard that from everybody and their mother, right? Or their uncle and their father. Well, guess what? I want you to also go and look at YouTube, look up Ivan Harris Sr. I also want you to look up Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I would like you to look up Les Brown. Now, I want you to work on changing your mindset. Now, it could be a lifelong process. It is probably for everybody. I'm working on changing my mindset. I've been doing it. If you listen to these videos at least 5 minutes a day, one of the videos from Ivan, Dr. Dispenza, Joe Dispenza, or if you listen to Les Brown every day for at least 5 minutes, you're going to start realizing you are a million times more capable of doing things, and that you have, now Les always says you have greatness in you, and I agree. You have greatness in you. But I started saying you have genius in you. And you do. Tay Sanders does. Ivan Harris Sr. does. You do. I do. All of us have genius in us. Now, I know you might be laughing. You may not see it. It's all good. But you have it. Now, maybe you haven't discovered what your genius is, what you're a genius in. Maybe you're a genius in multiple things. But you have greatness and genius in you. For those of you who can't accept that, I'm sorry, but whether you accept it or not doesn't change the fact that you have it. It's just like if your window is broken and you didn't want to admit that it was broken, when it rains or when it snows or when it gets real hot or cold, depending where on earth you are, that doesn't change just because you said your window wasn't broken. So you have greatness in you. You have genius in you. And I need you to look at those channels and if be so kind, check mine out and subscribe. But here's the thing. This is the last thing I need you to do. I need you. Yep, I'm talking to you. I'm pointing, not to be rude, but I am talking to you. Let me look directly into the camera. People said that I look at the camera, but I mean the actual, let's see, I think I look arrogant when I do that, but that's all right. I don't want to because God, all the glory goes to God. Hopefully I'm looking at you the right way. If I'm not, I apologize, okay? I'm just not used to it because I feel like, it just don't feel right to me. But I'm working on it over here. Now, I got a big job for you. So I'm looking directly at you. Yeah? I want you to start a second or what I would call a hustle or a gig. I don't like to use the word hustle. I don't like it at all. But I want you to start a business or side hustle. That's what they call it. Now, it could be the company I'm with, which if you go in, you're going to love it. I guarantee if you take it seriously, you're going to love it. But let's say that you don't want to do that. It's all good. I still love you and care about you. But I need you to start a business of some kind. It could be a brick and mortar. It could be one of these online places like trying to do something with Amazon or whatever it is. I don't care if you sell shoestrings for old school shoelaces. I'm sorry. Shoestrings, shoelaces. I don't care what you do. But I need you to do it. Now, it's October the 9th, 2024. When do I want you to work on starting this business? October the 9th, 2024. Today or tonight. Yeah, that's right. Now, what about you? Some of you that are in a network marketing business or an affiliate business, you're not having success. You never got anybody to come in. You never sold any product. You just had a bad experience. I feel your pain. I've been there and gone through it myself. Okay? So here's what I need you to do. Listen to Joe. Listen to Ivan. Listen to Les Brown. Here's what I want to throw at you. Get that catcher's mitt out. Just because it never happened before does not mean that it won't. And I promise you, if you never give up, you're going to have success. I'm not the higher power, but I know that you will. Now, I'm not going to lie. I want you to be an affiliate on my team. I'm not going to lie. I want you to be a member of my team. If you choose not to, it's all good. But you might be asking yourself, why does he want me to be on his team? If you're on my team, I can personally help you. What I don't know, I could speak to Ivan Harris Sr. I can tell you that our Live Good team is called the Freedom Team. Why are we the Freedom Team? Because the whole idea of what we are doing is to have people have freedom in all aspects of their lives. You heard what I said? All. Now, if you get into Live Good, can I guarantee you're going to get an affiliate? No, I'm not God. Can I guarantee that you could get a member? Well, I can't guarantee it, but there are ways to almost guarantee it, yes. You might wonder, Al, can I call you out on that? Call me out. It's all good. And by the way, I don't see any kind of, I don't know why, but I do not see the chat client. I guess nobody decided to say hi. I don't know. It could be a technical thing. I don't know. I am not ignoring you. If you're chatting, I don't see it. I would never ignore you. That is not what I will do. It's not happening. So, any rate, if you get into the Freedom Team, we want you to have abundance in your entire life. I mean, all aspects of your life. I specifically could speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody, but I know what I want for you and me. I want to see you potentially earn money. I want to see you, what I really want is I want to see you take this seriously. I want to see you ask me questions. I want to see you ask Ivan questions. I want to see you become your first rank, become a bronze by getting 2 affiliates in, or even 2 members. I want to see you achieve success. I want to see you get your initial money back. I want to see you eventually, if you work hard and learn, well, not really hard, but succeed in this, I'd like to see a day where you no longer have to worry about money. I want to see a day for you and for me and every member of the Freedom Team where we could walk into any store. Now, I may get a little loud. I'm sorry. I may sound like a minister at times. I'm not one. But I'm going to get animated. You may need to turn the volume down. I know that I'm going to, because this means something to me. But I want to see you go into any store, get what you need, and not have to worry about, am I going to have enough money for my bills? Am I going to be able to save that money for my bank account or whatever you're doing? See, I want to see a situation where, now this is going to sound really off the wall, sort of like the Michael Jackson song from, I think, the 70s, or maybe the early 80s. I may be wrong on when, but Michael Jackson had a song, Off the Wall. So at any rate, this may sound bizarre. This may make you be like, man, please. Well, guess what? Here's what I want for you. I want you to see that you can do it. I want you to achieve being a bronze and higher if you come in to live good. In fact, I want you to get the mindset is, I'm going to keep going until I'm a live good bronze. I won't accept anything less. I'm not accepting anything less. Oh, no, 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 no. Not going to happen. Brothers and sisters, it's not going to happen. Uncles and aunts, nephews and nieces, strangers, it will not happen. I will be a bronze, and I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm going to be, and I am, a live good diamond. By the way, that's one of the highest ranks in the business. I want to see you there. But that's not the deep part. What do I really want for you? I know it took almost an hour. I want to see a day when money is just a tool. When if you feel like going on a random trip across the planet, you'll be able to do it. That's what I want to see. For you. Now, a lot of people will be like, yeah, that's a good game you're talking. I don't see you backing it up. You know what? I got to tell you something. That's probably not a good idea to say to me if you knew me in person. Al, can you back it up? I don't think you would want to say that to me. Am I all that in a bag of chips? No. All the glory goes to God. But let me explain something to all of you. Whether you're here, I hope you're here. I don't say it unless I can do it. As a friend once said, Al, you talk a lot of, I can't say what, a lot of something, something, but you back the something, something, something up. I'm not going to say what. And I didn't say that. So if anybody doesn't like what I just said, I didn't say it. My good friend Laura did. She said, Al, I'll tell you something else. Sometimes the things you say that comes out of your mouth, I think you're lying. But I've seen you back it up. So yeah, I'll grant you that. Somebody coming on here, I don't care if it's live, I don't care if it's recorded, and saying they'd like to see you not have any problem with money. I get it. Believe me, I've been on social media. There's a whole lot of deception. Believe that. I know that because I've experienced it. Now, what can I tell you about myself? I can tell you that I'm real. What can I tell you about Ivan Harris? That man, he is one of the best people I've ever met. Now, he won't accept that because, like me, all the glory goes to God, and he's extremely humble. But you need to learn who Ivan Harris Sr. is. And frankly, you need to go to his videos, and if you can, go to his Facebook and become a friend. Because Ivan is one of a kind, in my opinion. And I could say that. I've met a lot of people in my life. Remember, I have been a television talk show host for almost 20 years. So I could say it. Now, in closing, what I really want for you, I've been hesitating to say this because once I say this and it's in your brain, you're going to have a lot of thoughts in your head that I don't know are they going to be good or negative, but I have to say it. I'd be lying if I don't say it, and I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I really want for you? Whether it's with Live Good or a different company, I want to see a day that you can tell your boss, wherever you're working, I don't need this anymore. If you've ever been harassed or overworked, I want to see a day when you walk right in there and you tell your boss, guess what, John? Guess what, Jim? Guess what, Jamaica, whoever it is, whatever it is, man or woman. I don't need this. Here's my 2 weeks notice. Or I'll see you later. And of course, if you don't give 2 weeks notice, they might say to you, well, I won't be able to give you a good recommendation because you left us high and dry. How would it feel for you to say, well, frankly, I don't need your recommendation? How would that feel? How would it feel, God's mighty help, if you were able to earn $1 million or more? Now, just to make you feel a little bit better about what I've said, you may be the poorest person in America or wherever you are, but your brain can learn. And as you learn, you can earn. Some of the poorest people throughout history, that's my cat bumped that a little bit, some of the poorest people in the history of the world became some of the wealthiest on earth. Now, I'm going to mention Jeff Bezos from Amazon. I don't know if he was poor before he created Amazon. What I do know is he started extremely small. I don't know what the financial situation was with Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, but they made it. Now, I'm going to relate this to somebody that I want you to listen to. Remember I told you I want you to go listen to Ivan Harris Sr. and Les Brown and Dr. Dispenza? Well, you go to listen to Les Brown, listen to his story. I'm going to give you the liner notes or whatever they call it, the cliff notes. Les Brown, when he was in school, was called retarded, educably retarded. Told he would never amount to anything. Frankly, they told him he was dumb. Put him down left and right and out of sight. Les Brown today, in 2024, this person, oh, you're dumb, you ain't gonna learn. Les Brown, he's worth over $63 million. So if you're sitting there or wherever you're standing, whatever you're doing, and you're listening to me and you're thinking, this guy really is on something. I'm not on anything. And I'm telling you the truth. You have that potential too. Whether you make it or not, only God knows. But you can be possibly one of the richest people on earth. That's right. Or let's just say you start a business, whatever it is, fine, whatever. How would it feel if you did achieve earning $1 million? How would it feel if you became a multi-millionaire? I want you to really digest that, because I'm going to tell you something about you. You are way smarter than you think you are. Now, that's not your fault. There's a million reasons why you feel that way and don't believe it. I'm not going to cut you down. Hey, I've been there, done that. You know why you feel the way you do? One of the reasons. It could be the way you were raised. And it may not be it's not really your mother or father's fault or guardian's fault either. But we can go back to even school. How many times have you been told you can't do it? Maybe you talk to a guidance counselor, they're like, yeah, that's not for you. Guess what? I just spoke to you for 51 minutes. You want to know something? When I was in school, I was mentally abused and physically abused, both by the teachers and the students. Mentally by the teachers, physically by students, due to my medical problem, the heart issue that I told you about. I was told I could not get into a fight or I would die. So everybody thought I was the weakest person in school. I mean, I had people picking on me that you just wouldn't believe. So what happened as a result was, when I was in school and people wanted to talk to me, let me show you what happened usually when people wanted to talk to me. For the majority of my schooling years, what was my voice like? Nobody ever thought I would speak up. Nobody ever thought I had any good ideas. And I would not speak. And now I've been on this live 52 minutes. Now, what is the point of what I just have done, what I have just done? It goes to show you, when we change our mindset, when we believe, when people believe in us, everything is possible, especially with God's mighty help. If I can go from never saying one word to 53 minutes, count almost, what about you? And to any of my Live Good members and Live Good team, excuse me for a minute, I got to check something. Had to check something. Sorry about that. To my Live Good team, for those of you who have doubt that you can do this, I know that you can do it. And I love you. From a spiritual standpoint, I not only love you, but everybody that ever hears this. So give yourself a break. You are smart. You mean something. Whatever your conditions are, your situation, you're getting abused, verbally, whatever it is, we are not going to accept that. Now, there's a political candidate campaigning for president. One thing this person says is, we're not going back. Well, guess what? I'm not going to say we're not going back, because we're not. But what I am going to say, when people put you down, you are not going to accept it. When people say, you can't, you, from here on out, are not going to accept it. I don't care if it's your parents, your friends, your employer, whatever. The next time somebody says you can't, I'm going to get real close. You, sir, and you, ma'am, are not going to accept it. Who am I? I am Albert Torcaso. That's who I am. What's my texting number? 412-559-2731. I am a child of God who knows the truth, who will not accept the lie. I know the truth about you, and I won't accept the lie, and I don't want you to. So yeah, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go right now. But not before I do one thing. You subscribe to my channel. You press the notification bell. But more important than any of that, because all the glory goes to God, You go to Iva Harris Sr.'s YouTube page. You go to Dr. Dispenza's YouTube page. And you go to Les Brown's YouTube page and listen to Les Brown's story. And then you start to believe. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, I love you and I believe in you. My name is Torcaso. 412-559-2731. God bless you. I love you. Atheists, I love you too. God bless you. Now, y'all do what I ask you to do, please, because it's time for you to get your abundance. Oh, yeah, get your abundance, ladies and